Louise, can you give us a general description of the situation on the ground?
The situation on the ground right now in Haiti is a lot of the camps are receiving relief items and help is on its way. And then we have, when I was there, we distributed more or less about 9,000 to 10,000 relief items to the families. In one occasion, we distributed in La Piste area, we distributed about 5,000 relief items. There's a lot of challenges on the field, Arthur, because back down of trucks, something like that, you know, warehouse problem, logistically we are having problems on that one. But along the course of the relief operation, we're kind of modify things and bring the relief items to the families, especially to those who are in need. Another challenges is the safety of our delegates. Sometimes because what I mean to say is that we are the only organization in Port-au-Prince that have any armed escort. Red Cross is well respected there, but still with the safety concerns and issues down in Port-au-Prince, we are really doing our best to safe keep the delegates.
Okay, let's get ready to watch another video. I just want to remind the viewers that even though the situation in Haiti is no longer on the headlines daily, the situation in reality there is still critical, and it's important that you understand it. Now let's watch another video on the Care Globally aspect.
Ça, tu prends seulement là et moi là.
Welcome back. Tell me, Luis, what is the most challenging aspect of the relief effort?
The most challenging is the distribution itself, because when it comes to the distribution, there's a lot of people in the area. We have to maintain peace and order by the use of communities, the use of the community for security, and just like the La Piste distribution, we had a problem in there because somebody throws stones into our vehicle, so everybody panicked. So at that time, the most concern is, evacuate immediately. So when we evacuated the area in La Piste, we were able to reconvene and talk to the security people and then do the distribution right away. It's always a challenge on security.
Now, an important question. The need is still great. How can the local community help?
The local community can help by giving out support to the Red Cross, the bostonredcross.org. Go to our website and then they can help through that one, or make a phone call directly to the Red Cross.
And that's the bostonredcross.org. Okay. Thank you, Luis.
Thank you.
Now, let's look at the second part of the theme, which is prepare locally. Understand, please, that in order to cope adequately with a disaster, we need to be prepared. The more prepared we are, the better we can cope. And there are three basic steps to coping with a disaster. Get a kit, make a plan, and be informed. Let's talk about them one by one. First of all, get a kit. In order to know what kind of a kit you need, You need to know what would happen to you as individuals in a disaster. And two things could happen. You could either be stuck at home with no electricity, no telephone, no water, or you could be taken out of your home and brought to a shelter, or both. You could be stuck in your home and then brought to a shelter. And so you need to prepare to be able to survive at home. Yes, the local and federal authorities will help, but it takes time to reach everyone. You should be prepared to get by for at least 3 days. And to get by, you need to have food and water. You need to have something to light up the nights, and you need to have some communications input so that you know what happened. Let's talk about those one by one. Food and water. You need to make a kit which enables you and your entire family, and don't forget your pet, to eat and drink. The drinking is fairly simple. You need 1 gallon of water per person per day for at least 3 days. The food is a lot more complicated. You need food that will not spoil. Obviously, you couldn't have bread, but you can have crackers. You couldn't have fresh meats, but you can have canned meats. If you walk up and down the aisles of your local supermarket, you'll see how many, many different canned meats and fish there are. And so you make a stock of a 3-day supply. And you keep it in one place and hope you never have to use it. And you can't keep this stuff forever. So every 6 months or so you look at it, look at the expiration dates, and try and turn the whole kit over. Don't throw it away. Eat it. That way it doesn't cost you anything, and you'll know if you have made a wise choice on your 3-day supply of food. You might consider things like dried fruits. You might consider granola. You might consider all of those things that can last. And if you're going to have canned foods, please don't forget a manually operated can opener, because you probably won't have any electricity. And then won't you be sorry? So you got your food and you got your drink. And again, let me warn you, if you have a pet, don't forget the food and drink for the pet. Now you've got to go through the nights. So you need a source of light. And please, please don't use candles. Every time there's a power outage, there is a series of fires from people who used candles. In this day and age, there are so many lighting things that are available, either rechargeable or with backup batteries. Get yourself a flashlight, get yourself a lantern, and don't forget the backup batteries. Every time there's a disaster, you see the lines at the supermarket cleaning the shelves of batteries and flashlights and pretty much foods. If you've got it all put away ahead of time, you will be a lot more able to cope with the problem. So we've got the food and we've got the light. You need to know what happened. And the best way to know is to have something that will tell you. There are still portable radios on the market. They haven't yet gone out of style. You can get a portable radio with backup batteries. There are also just a myriad of new communication devices that will show you on a small TV screen or a small handheld item what happened. It's important for you to know what happened. And if your telephone is working, don't call 911 to find out what happened. 911 is for you to report a life-threatening emergency, not to call up and say, hey, what happened? Use your television, your radio, or something like that for your information. Okay, so much for Get a Kit. And